Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. Today, following the One Piece videos, we will talk about the biggest revelation of the last decade. In today's video we are going to talk about the leaks of chapter 1044 of the One Piece manga, where we see confirmation of the awakening of a legendary fruit in which it had its name changed and hidden for many years. This fruit was feared even by the Gorosei themselves. So in this video we are going to talk about the revelations that were said in this chapter, about the real name of Gomu Gomu no Mi, and what will happen in this chapter, remembering that this is just a leak. Some information is not complete, so some information may not have many details or may be vaguely informing what happened. The full chapter will come out soon, so when we have news and updates we will bring it to you here on the channel. And I already count on your help to leave your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you're still new here, and leave your comments saying your opinions and what the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, based on One Piece chapter 1044 spoilers, everything will start with Luffy's allies feeling his presence in that place. These allies being Sanji, Kid, Law, Hyogoro, and Marco. When they feel Luffy's presence in that place, they are all more confident to keep fighting. After all, they know that there is still hope in that battle, something that Kaido's crew has been trying to destroy for many chapters. With Luffy's return, the chance to defeat Kaido still existed, but they still didn't know the real state that the pirate was in, as he would be alone on top of Onigashima, but they felt that something was happening to Luffy. Luffy's presence was different. He wasn't the same person they knew. He seemed to have gotten much stronger than before, and that's what gave his allies even more motivation to fight Kaido and his pirates. The scene then switches to the Gorosei, who were in Mary Geo's castle talking about Luffy's fruit. As said in previous chapters, the fruit that someone had was a legendary fruit. Now we know who had that fruit. Luffy possessed that power. Not even they remembered its true existence. After all, it was the predecessors of the Gorosei who changed the name of this fruit so that no one would know it really existed. Even the current Gorosei, knowing she existed, they didn't know what it really looked like, but they sensed awakening. This was all because it has been a long time since the fruit's name was changed, and its appearance only few can have seen it. As said, it is a legendary devil fruit. So the current Gorosei didn't know who was actually in possession of this fruit, and a few years ago it was taken by Shanks and his crew. During the conversation, the Gorosei say that they always tried to obtain the legendary fruit that would currently be called Gomu Gomu no Mi, but they never managed to have it in their permanent possession for 800 years. For even if they obtained this fruit, at some point the fruit would come out of their possession, as it was not like a normal devil fruit. This fruit had something different from the other fruits, so this fruit at some point was always lost by Sekai Sifu, and someone else got that power, but for a long time the fruit didn't wake up. A member of the Gorosei, who we still don't know who he is, says that this is not impossible, as the Zoan fruits have a will of their own because of the being that inhabits them. This because, as we know, the fruits of the devil of the Zoan type have beings that dwell inside the fruit. After the user eats the fruit, he acquires the powers of this being, so it may be that the Zoan fruits are the only ones capable of possessing a conscience or something, allowing the fruit to do different things. As in the case of the amazing fruit that we are talking about in today's video, the fruit that everyone believed was a rubber fruit. This fruit, Luffy's fruit, was actually a Zoan fruit, a fruit with the power of a god. The real name of Luffy's fruit is the Hito Hito no Mi, a mythological fruit in the Nika model. It had a consciousness of its own within it, very likely that it is Joy Boy, or that Joy Boy had this fruit, and now with the passage of time years the fruit would be in search of finding someone who could wake it up so that it can inherit its desires. In addition to the devil fruit also having during the years trying to escape from the possession of the Gorosei and Sekai Sifu, as the Sekai Sifu has been preventing the fruit from being able to fulfill its true purpose for centuries. So as I mentioned, the real name of the Gomu Gomu no Mi is revealed. One of the Gorosei says that the real name of this legendary fruit is Hito Hito no Mi, a mythological Zoan in the Nika model, confirming that Nika really is not a divine being but the bearer of the Hito Hito no Mi mythological model Nika. As stated earlier, it is confirmed that this fruit is also not a paramecia but a Zoan, so it is the first mythological Zoan that we see its awakening. Not even Kaido, Marco, Sengoku, or even Yamato were able to conquer this awakening. Even though we've seen awakened Zoan fruits before, they don't compare to Luffy's current power, as he probably still possesses his consciousness, though he finds himself chuckling incessantly, which is in keeping with its fruit, since Nika would be onomatopoeia for a smile, so it would be common to see Luffy smiling all the time, also referring to the silhouette we saw during the Who's Who conversation with Jinbe. As former Cypher Pole Zero agent told about the sun god Nika, we see the silhouette of a smiling person with his hair representing flaming powers, and we see that Luffy now in the leak has similar powers. He finds himself laughing out loud as he has his hair with flaming powers, and a large cloak of smoke appears to wrap around his shoulders to his back. It is said that in this chapter we will also see the continuation of the scene where Hiyori is trying to eliminate Orochi. After managing to nullify the power of her devil fruit, Hiyori leaves to take that opponent's life. However, we don't know know what will happen in this scene, as it is only mentioned in the leak, so it may be that we will finally see Orochi being defeated by Hiyori, thus managing to end once and for all with the evil acts of Orochi in Wano. In addition to Orochi also being the culprit for the end of the life of Hiyori's father, Oden, so this would be the moment when Hiyori would be able to put an end to Orochi's reign and save Wano once and for all. With all this, the manga would still arrive closer to the moment where we would see Oden's dream come true. The scene reverts back to combat. Kaido is shown destroying everything inside Onigashima while facing the Straw Hat Pirates and their allies. Kaido was over the advantage as he possesses great power. We then see that something strange happens to Luffy. His body is totally different. Not only his body, but his personality also seems to have changed. He starts to laugh a lot while he has his new transformation. Then Luffy says that because of awakening from his fruit he has managed to feel complete, as if something inside his being is still missing, but because of this new power he has obtained he feels that he is now capable of anything. It is then shown the new transformation he obtained with his awakened fruit, Gear 5, a transformation in which his body is still the same as it always was, but he has some modifications, such as his hair now being made of fire. Unlike his Gear 4 forms, this time his hair not only has the appearance of flames, the hair has now completely turned into flames while there was dense smoke forming a cloak, just like on his Gear 4 Snakeman. It is unknown if he is still the same Luffy we know or his personality has changed, as we only have a leaked scene where we see that he has a big smile with a very scary look in his eyes. It could be that he is still the same Luffy we know, but because of his fruit he may have acquired a new personality while using this form. It could be that he becomes even more cheerful than usual. After achieving the Gear 5 transformation, Luffy descends from Onigashima to Kaido's location. Upon arriving there he sees Kaido attacking his companions. He then holds the Yonko and takes him back to the top of Onigashima where the combat between them was taking place. Then again there is a confrontation between them. We don't know if Kaido recognized that Luffy became Joy Boy, but it is very likely that he was excited about Luffy's return, because he was having a lot of fun with this fight. Now that Luffy has become even stronger, Kaido will give his all to make it a fair and decisive fight, because we will finally see the winner of this fight. We don't know exactly how this combat takes place, but it is said that Kaido uses a large blast of flames from his mouth, while it is also said that he was transformed into his dragon form. It is said in the leaks that Luffy quickly grabs the ground and turns it into rubber, thus managing to return Kaido's attack, but it is not said if the attack hit Kaido or if the Yonko managed to dodge it. But with this new transformation we see that Luffy has finally managed to get his awakening, in addition to getting several new attacks that we'll see in the next chapters. Only the little that was shown of his new abilities, we can deduce that he has reached the level of a Yonko. Luffy was able to pull Kaido to the top with just his physical strength, so he may have achieved incredible strength as he was able to lift a dragon. Much like Doflamingo, who possessed the ability to transform the entire city through his awakened Ito no Mi, Luffy proved capable of doing the same, but in his case turning the ground to rubber. As it is said that an awakened Paramecia has been shown to be able to attribute its power to the environment, objects, or living beings as demonstrated by Doflamingo, Law, Katakuri, and Kid, while Zoan has been shown to only increase all the powers the user already had. However, with this increase in power, the user completely transforms into the form of the being of their fruit, but Luffy was the first to demonstrate being able to use the power of awakening in a unique way, so Luffy can have the ability to use the awakened abilities of a Zoan, Paramecia, and Logia. After all, he also had visible changes in his body, so maybe he can use the powers in a similar way to Katakuri. What remains for us is to wait for the full chapter to have much more information about what happened in this chapter. Then we will know the real potential of Luffy's legendary Zoan fruit. But now I want to know what you think about all this. What did you think of the first leaks of this chapter and Luffy's new transformation? Leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.